Hi guys, it's Deb, and so today I'm on a new adventure, and I think that I need to make a new channel. I think I need to call it "What's Debbie Doing Now?" What do you think? Do you think that would be a good idea? So what happened was I have this little trailer, had it for a long time, and um, anyway, I need to grease the zert, and I left my zert gun at my old house, and it's okay because my son uses it, and that's a good thing. It's not a bad thing. So, and it was my dad's to start with. So, um, anyway, so now I bought my own grease gun, and so the first adventure was filling it, was trying to figure out how to do it. So I watched some YouTubes and eventually got it filled. One of the things I found out was that it took a lot of pumping to actually, once I got the tube into it and started pumping it up, and I pressed on this little thing, did all the things that they said to do, couldn't get it done. So hopped on the golf cart and was going to head over to our local mechanic and see if he could help me. But on the way, there was a guy that is in our neighborhood that I figured would know how to do. He's friends of ours, and so I popped in and asked him if he knew how this worked. Told him what I had done, and he said, "Well, I think you're doing everything right." And so he started trying to make it work, and he was about to say, "Well, I don't think it's working," and then he pumped on this, I don't know, probably 50 times. I might be exaggerating, but it was pretty close. And finally, the grease started coming out the end. So, so the grease gun worked. So came home and put it on there and started pumping grease into it. And then I thought, oh, I have no idea how much grease to put in to this bearing, or to this thing that goes to the bearings. And so went in and watched another YouTube. But before I did that, I was going to take this off to pull it out because I pumped a bunch of it in, and this is stuck on and it won't come off. So back to YouTube again, and I watched this guy that he was working on a John Deere tractor, an old farmer, and he gave a little tutorial on how to get these off. The danger is you don't want to break the zerk off. Zerk is the little nipple thing that goes in there that this hooks onto. I watched my dad do this a lot when I was growing up, but now I'm older than my dad was when he was showing me how to do these things, but I need to do it for myself now. So I went in and got some tools, and I've got to get this off, and then I've got to take all of this tape off because I don't remember who this cap came off before, because there's supposed to be a little rubber cap on this, and the cap became missing. And so whoever I was with before, we wrapped it in this black tape to keep it from getting dusty, dirt inside. So, but interesting things I found out about this little thing is called a bearing buddy. And there's a little rubber cap, which I went to D&B Supply and got a new one to put over it once I get it greased. And anyway, it's spring loaded, and I had to take that tape off because somewhere around here there's a hole, and you'll know you've got enough grease in it when it starts coming out the hole. And I don't know where the hole is, so I'm gonna have to find the hole. but it's spring loaded in here. So once you get the grease in, the insides push up. They build pressure and it pushes up. So, and then when it comes out this hole on the side, then you know then you know you have enough grease. So that's where I'm at. I've got to try to get this off without breaking the zerk. And I don't know if I've got the right tools. Nothing. So here we go. I'm going to try to get this. Oh, these little things work great because then I'm not hurting myself with goat heads. So that's why this pad's down here. So let's see if I can do this. Hope I don't swear. I might. Oh, come on. I don't know why it would stick. I wonder if it's because there's pressure on this. They said something about loosening. Maybe I need to loosen this. Come on, you ding dong. I wonder if I have to take this off. If I do that, then the grease is going to come out of here. I don't really want that to happen. So how am I going to do this? Ah, got it. Yay! Success. Okay. So I got it off. Hope that doesn't happen again. But I don't see or feel any hole where it comes out so that you know that you've got enough in there. I think I need to go get a rag and probably some gloves. This stuff is sticky. So I'm gonna put you on pause. Go get some rags and some gloves, some vinyl gloves, and then I will be back. Okay, I'm back. Took a little while, and I put a hat on because it's hot out here. So I brought paper towels to start with so I could get the major gunk off, and then I'll follow up with one of these rags. While I was looking for rags, I thought, oh, I need kind of smaller rags. So brilliant idea. I have just had, I think, we have probably a garbage can, like outside trash garbage can. I don't know what they are. Big black ones, full of unmated socks that I keep thinking that I'm going to find the matches to, and then either don't have time to find them or haven't found them. So I think I'm going to cut them all up and make them into rags. And we should never have to buy a rag ever again in our lifetime. Anyway, just a thought. I like to repurpose. I don't like to throw things away into the landfill. They talk about what they can do for the environment. How about making things that are not disposable? That would be my suggestion. Okay, get that cleaned. So, I was thinking about all the different projects I do, And I have two people to thank for that. Actually, three. One is my dad for always letting me know that things need done and you got to do them. And he's a man that very, very rarely did he ever pay to have something done. He figured it out or got a hold of somebody that knew how to do it and then picked their brain, and then he did it himself. And he had a best friend named Orville Shogren. And him and Orville built many things and were little inventors, I call them. And I wonder where that little hole is. I'm not finding any kind of a hole. This is a bearing buddy. Has it right on it, but I'm not finding the hole. Anyway, so Dad let me work under the cars with him, and he loved gardening, and I do too. I love doing all that stuff. Was not really a home girl, inside the house girl, ever. But maybe in my old age, I'll start looking more to do things inside. Then I'll be doing inside and outside. Go figure that one, right? Okay, well, I'm not finding that hole to let me know that there is enough grease in this. So I think what I'll do is just, I'm sure anything is better than nothing at this point. And so I'll put some in, and then I will, next time I am out and about with this, I'll take it over to my friend Lowell, that's the mechanic here in Greenleaf, and I'll have him enlighten me on how this works so that I can keep it up to snuff. So anyway, my dad was my first inspiration, and then his sister, my Aunt Addie, was my second. And that woman could do everything. Oh my goodness, there wasn't anything she wouldn't tackle. And probably because her and my dad came from the same house, you know, I'm guessing. And two of my most prized inspirers, I guess I would say. And anyway, so I love to build, I love to mechanic, I love to garden. Probably my grandma was my inspiration for actually doing a lot of gardening. She loved to flower garden. She wasn't much of a gardener. My grandpa did that, and my grandma canned it all and did all the preserving and stuff, and she was one heck of a cook. I didn't pick that up from her, but I don't know. Mostly because I wanted to be outside. I didn't want to be inside. And then the third person was my cousin. My cousin Joe. He has helped me do a lot of things. Oh gosh, there's so many people that have inspired me in my life. My brother, Don, he is, oh, I admire him so much. He does everything. There isn't anything that he doesn't tackle. But he also can pay to have it done. But mostly, he does it himself. So, and anyway, so I think I need to tighten that because it was trying to squirt out. My cousin Joe bought me a tool thing for one time when he was down here. And we had to write on it for Debi and Joe only, because, and then we had to hide it because my family kept getting into my tools and not putting him back. And then Joseph and I would try to work on something, and go figure, no tools. So anyway, so he bought me some tools and we hit him. But he passed away a year ago, and almost to the day. Well, I found out a year ago today, I found out he was dead. And I miss him tremendously. He was, I loved him. Anyway, he was my favorite cousin, probably. So anyway, we were real close. We lived together off and on as adults, and he had cancer issues, and I went with him to the hospitals, and we did all that together. And I miss him. We spent Christmases together, and he would come down and visit us here, and my kids were super attached to him. And anyway, it's been a different life without him, so I'm missing him, especially today. It's kind of fitting that I'm doing something like this on today. That's probably by design. Oops, this probably would help. Like, why isn't that going in? There. Okay, let's see if that works. Are you kidding me? This thing, how do I know that this is even putting stuff out? I don't. Huh. There we go again. Can't get it off again. I'm probably doing something wrong. Come on, come off of there. There. Oh, maybe it is. How do I know there's anything coming out? Yeah, okay, there it is. Oh, I was going to put the gloves on. Okay. What I'm looking for is to see if that spring in there is coming up. And I think it is. Crud. Well, how much do I do this? You would think by now, unless it was totally bone dry. Huh. There's no, I mean, look at that. I'm not even putting pressure on that. So I don't know if it's pumping up there or not. The spring does not seem to be coming forward. I don't know, guys. Gotta be an easier way to do this. Oh my gosh. I know this has got to be, I'm doing something wrong here. Okay. Well, what do I do? Maybe I pause the movie and make a lifeline call. I think that's what I'm going to do. Not sure who I'm going to call. My go-to people. Well, maybe my brother. And if I call him, he's going to say, "What are you doing that for yourself?" So, I don't know who I'm going to call. I'll tell you who I call when I come back. Let me put this in the shade. Okay.